Yeah, it looks like his homes on both coasts are being raided. We still have not gotten word on exactly where P. Diddy is, if he is in fact in New York right now or in Los Angeles. And of course, yeah, we haven't seen him here in Holmby Hills.
Why a simultaneous cross-country search?
Oh, I think they wanted this to be a bit of a surprise. It's a big raid, and what they were going in was to try to find all types of evidence. So what Sean Combs needs to do is follow his lawyer's advice, which undoubtedly is not to talk to people, not try to hinder the investigation, and not try to flee.
All hell has broken loose as the rap industry is on the verge of being exposed, with its biggest mogul at risk of getting a long prison sentence. The bigger the name, the bigger the controversy. Give your feet a rest and clear your minds to absorb the stunning news that's yet to come.
The spirit of Pac, the spirit of Big, the spirit of Miss Jones, the spirit of Wolf, all the people that he has done wrong, so Black, all the people that he has done wrong, bruh, is coming to light. And the situation is that, bruh, we already won. This was some spiritual that Pac, the spirit of Pac, the spirit of Big, what we going through right now with these trials and everybody, with this financial situation and everything like that, all that is superficial. That's the physical part of it. The spiritual part of it.
Diddy has found himself on the top priority list of the feds. The authorities can close the case any moment now. Diddy's situation doesn't seem favorable. When the feds get involved, you know it's serious.
When law enforcement, especially federal law enforcement, goes in to execute a search warrant, they've done quite a bit of intelligence gathering prior to doing the entry. It may seem excessive, but it may have been exactly what is prescribed in their rules and procedures.
The authorities decided to openly investigate against the rapper, as on the 25th of March, they raided Puff's residences in Beverly Hills and Miami. The raid wasn't just a usual investigation, it was a lot more. According to TMZ, the officers were locked and loaded. The choppers were also present at the Los Angeles location. A rep for Homeland Security Investigations informed the press. Diddy wasn't present at the time of the raid, as he was reportedly at the airport planning to fly off to the Bahamas to enjoy a vacation, unaware that this might be his last. The authorities showed no mercy to the House members. Pictures of the raid went viral.
That's a tactical thing. The kids being in handcuffs is a tactical thing that law enforcement want to make them talk. There's no reason after they searched those kids, because they didn't have a search warrant for bodies. They had a search warrant for materials.
And they have to now conduct a forensic investigation of those items and to see what are on those items. And first off, they have to ask whether they have the passcodes to those items, because not having the passcodes could create a delay in investigating those items.
Also, the feds came fully prepared. They couldn't allow anyone or anything to escape from them, which might help the case. Not only from the land, the force invaded through the water as well. Footage acquired by TMZ shows evidence of agents heavily armed standing on a boat near the record producer's home.
It could take weeks, it could take months. And the reason why is because they gathered so much evidence. Supposedly they gathered so many videos and laptops and also electronic devices, and they have to now conduct a forensic investigation.
Why were the residents of the No Way Out album singer raided? What proof were the feds looking for? As authorities have reported, the surprise investigation came as a result of the rapping mogul being named in reports of him being involved with organizations conducting practices of human trafficking.
His behavior over the years has changed. And the behavior that he shows now and that he has shown by being brother love, I couldn't imagine that the police would be raiding him.
The report hasn't made the lawsuit clear for which the investigation was initiated. However, Puff's life is like an open book now. A little research opened all the doors for us. Several plaintiffs have stepped up against the rapper recently. The lawsuit that grabbed most of the attention was the one filed by Rodney Lil Rod Jones. In the case filed, the producer, also an ex-employee of Puff, has made many accusations against him. Rodney has named Diddy as being involved in unethical and inappropriate behavior, extending to the use of physical force against other people. Lil Rod has also blamed the record producer for being involved in the dealings of humans. Not only that, Diddy is also being held responsible for acts of blackmailing. He reportedly performed against the guests who came to his parties and were recorded without consent. The lawsuit has provided horrific details about Puff and his practices. Providing alcoholic beverages to minors is one of them. The rapper is also believed to own firearms, which he displays and distributes illegally. This may at first sound like a self-created hoax. However, reportedly during the raid on Diddy's home, firearms were confiscated by the searchers. Interesting, isn't it? Cassie Ventura can be another significant factor forcing the authorities to take the big step. Diddy and Cassie dated on and off until finally breaking apart forever. However, Cassie didn't part ways silently. She exploded with anger and frustration. She filed a lawsuit against her ex where she accused him of using physical violence against her and forcing her to indulge in physical unconsented acts with other men. Horrific. Diddy never accepted Cassie's claims, and his side vehemently denied it. Another woman, Jane Doe, got the motivation to take a stand against Puff as she filed a case against the mogul, accusing him, Harvey Pierre, and an unnamed person of physically violating her, taking turns. The list just keeps going on and on. However, Diddy has always managed to find a way through these difficulties. Cassie's case was also settled outside the courtroom. Puff is a man of power. He has been in the industry for decades and is aware of all the evils in it.
This girl, Tiffany Red, she said that she was filing a claim against Diddy.
However, this time he's really struggling. A major arrest has been made. Former Syracuse University basketball player Brendan Paul was handcuffed and detained by the authorities on the same day of the raid. You must be thinking, what does a university-going youngster have to do with all this mess? Well, Lil Rod provided the answer to it. In his complaint, the producer called Brendan Combs, who? Other claims that Rodney made could be a setup, as most of it is all said in general. However, the mentioning of Brendan Paul seems quite narrowed and specific. Does this mean there might be some truth behind the accusations? Diddy's surely having a difficult time. His family is falling apart, his children are targeted, and his reputation is done for good. His frustration was quite evident in his statement. This was all for today. Make sure you inform us in the comments section about your opinion on this messed up situation Puff Diddy has found himself in. Could he escape this time as well, or is he finally done and dusted?